This intro video belongs to the years 50 plus of my lifetime soundtrack and introduces two songs of my very probably all-time favorite band School of Seven Bells, or short S7B. How did I become aware of the band School of Seven Bells? I remember as if it were yesterday. During a weekend in 2012, my sons were visiting me. We watched the French and German TV station Arte. It was nearly midnight, and there was this band from New York playing. The identical twin sisters Alejandra and Claudia de Heza, native from Guatemala City, and Benjamin Curtis, a guy from New York City. My ears and eyes must have become bigger and bigger, and in the end I said to my sons, I must have an album of this band. The very next day I ordered all three albums that the band had released until then: Alpinisms, Disconnect from Desire, and Ghost Story. If I were to characterize their music, I should distinguish between the records on the albums on one hand and the live videos recorded in the studios of broadcasting stations on the other hand, which I only discovered many years later. On the albums, Alejandra's rather ballad-like vocals were underlaid, sometimes even dominated, by a hypnotizing sound carpet of synthesizer and percussion. Most of the live videos were recorded after Claudia had already left the band, setting other priorities in her life. So there are just the two, Alejandra as the vocalist, Benjamin with his acoustic guitar and in some songs contributing subtle background vocals. Some of the records are underlaid by a subtle synthesizer playback. This puts Alejandra's vocals more to the foreground than in the album versions. In the best cases, this makes the song sound purer while maintaining the hypnotizing effect. Either way, the result are pieces of music which touched me like no other music had done for decades. I think it was shortly after the release of the first album, Alpinisms, that Alejandra described the usual process of their songwriting. Starting point were Alejandra's lyrics, which were often based upon lucid dreams of hers. The music was then composed by Benjamin and Alejandra together around the lyrics. Lucid dreams, oh, but of course. Finally, I understood what the first two lines in the song Wired for Light meant. I'm sleeping to develop my dreaming skills. I'm going to build. Developing the skills of lucid dreaming. Sadly enough, Benjamin Curtis died from cancer in December 2013. In the year 2016, Alejandra released a last album simply titled S7B, using material that had been prepared during Benjamin's decease. The album cover is as simple as the title, so that you could just call it the Pink Album. But now let's listen to the songs of S7B. For my lifetime soundtrack, I chose one album record as well as one live record. First, White Wind in the version of the album Ghost Story, then Dust Devil from the album Disconnect from Desire, but as a live version recorded at the Key EXP broadcasting studio in Seattle.